In this video, I'm going to be discussing why those who are wise perform less action and also speak less. It's funny because I was at work today and someone actually asked me why I speak less than I used to. That's not the reason why I make this video, I'm just remembering a random synchronicity. Um, and I'm also going to explain how nothing is actually happening right now and nothing has ever happened. No matter how paradoxical that sounds. So, why do those who are wise perform less action? Well, think about the word action. To act. What does it mean to act? What is an actor? If you watch a film or a TV show, there are actors playing characters. Are those characters real? No. They're false entities. The actors are just acting. They're acting like the character. They aren't actually that character. They are acting like that character. So, as you can see, acting is simply moving in a particular way which is creating an illusion or deceit. Movies, TV shows, they're all fantasies. They're not real. We watch them and we create them because we enjoy the illusions. And people may accept that actors in movies, yeah, they're just acting, but if I'm performing an action in real life, that's not acting like in the movie. That's me doing something for real. But what I'm telling you is that every single action is just acting exactly like an actor in a movie. You're acting and you're playing a character. And that character is the person that you refer to as yourself. It's a character that changes every day, changes every moment. It's not really there. It has to be upheld by your act. So, as you can see, it's impossible to perform authentic action. All action is inauthentic. And why is that the case? That is the case because nothing is actually happening. There's no one actually here and nothing's actually happening. So when you're performing action, it's creating deceit and illusion because you're acting as if something is happening and someone is here, and that someone being yourself. And why do they speak less? Because a thing cannot be described directly for what it is. You can only describe what a thing isn't. Because if you describe a thing for what it is, then it's just going to be a self-referential loop. Like, for example, if I was to ask you, what is orange? And then if you just tell me orange is orange, that would be accurate. But if you was trying to explain to a person who didn't know what orange was, and you just told them orange is orange, that wouldn't get them anywhere. So you would have to tell them something like, orange is a color which isn't blue, it's not yellow, it's not green, it's orange. And through the contrasts, they may be able to understand. But then again, they would only really be able to grasp what orange is by experiencing orange itself. And if they've experienced what orange is, then you don't need to tell them, do you? So all communication is actually, or verbal communication is actually um, limited and obsolete. Silence and not saying anything is the most accurate communication. Why? Because it is communicating the nothingness which is occurring. It is accurately reflecting the void. Whereas when one is speaking, it is giving the it's giving the it's like you're communicating. See, if you're verbally communicating, you have to be communicating about something, and that is assuming that there is something to communicate about, but there actually isn't. There's actually nothing to say because there's nothing to talk about. So when you're talking about things that aren't there. So it's funny because I'm talking right now, but the joke is that actually the only thing really that language and talking is useful for, if you actually look at it properly, is to communicate language's own limit. The only useful thing you can do with language is describe how useless language is. And then the circuit is complete. Then the snake eats its own tail and just returns back to silence. It's actually funny. It actually is just a joke. You either get it or you don't. It's not the kind of joke that. Have you realized that any joke you tell, it's impossible to kind of get a joke? You either get it or you don't. It's impossible to kind of get it. Oh, I kind of understand. No, you either get it or you don't. And that's with every joke. That's the nature of a joke. You either get it or you don't. The joke is that you actually think something's happening right now. People going on spiritual journeys thinking that there is such a thing as awakening, to awaken to. People chasing success as if there's such a thing as success. People trying to stay alive as if there's even such a thing as life. There never was any of that. All oscillation, all deviation from the 0 point is falsehood and illusion. If you think that I've said anything in this video, then you're in the illusion. I haven't said anything. I've said a whole bunch of nothing. And that's not a mistake. The whole illusion is trying to make nothing into something. This is what everyone is doing. People trying to become somebody. Why? Because they're nobody. If you were someone, you wouldn't need to try and become someone. Becoming is an illusion. There's nothing to become. And there is no time or space to allow for a process to unfold towards achieving a particular goal. Zero times zero is equal to zero. 0 times 100 is equal to 0. 0 times 1,000,000 is equal to 0. 0 times 1,000,000,000 is equal to 0. 0 times 1,000,000,000,000 is equal to 0. Just think about it. Just actually think about it. Everything that I said you may have not understood, but think about it. If you think that something really exists right now, Like something's actually happening. Like there actually is something, this universe or earth or whatever you believe. Where did it come from? You believe that this is something, right? Which means you believe that this is not nothing. You don't think that this is nothingness. So, how did it get here? You think God created it? Okay. So, um, where did God come from? Oh, God doesn't need to be created. So then, if God doesn't need to be created, or if God created itself, then you don't need God to create this world. So then, all right, cool. So then, what you're saying is that this world always existed, which means it's eternal. And what else could be eternal but zero? Nothing else could be eternal but nothingness. And then let's say, all right, cool. God didn't create it, but like the Big Bang created it. It doesn't matter what you believe, but it had to have come from zero. Even if you think it's no longer zero, it had to have come from zero at some point. Because if you think that this is substantial, then that doesn't mean anything unless, like, for something to be substantial, for something to exist, that necessarily means that it doesn't not exist. Do you get what I'm saying? For one to be one, it can't be zero. So for there to be existence, there has to be non-existence. There has to be nothingness. For there to be something, there has to be nothing. So if you believe that this is somethingness, then it must have at some point came from nothing. But that's impossible because anything times zero is equal to zero. Nothing can arise from nothing. It's impossible for something to arise out of nothing. It's impossible. It's nothing now. It's always been nothing and it always will be. And you might think, okay, that's fine. How does that change my life? It only changes your life if you realize it. And knowingly or not, you will suffer the consequences as long as you misconstrue this truth. As long as you believe that there is something, that you are actually interacting with a world, and that you are an individual, you'll be stuck. You'll be stuck on the wheel of samsara. Forget about escaping the matrix and the rat race. You'll be stuck in samsara. You'll be stuck in Maya and you won't even know. You'll think that Maya is reality. That is a funny, funny joke. My God. And you don't even know the absurdity of what you're doing right now. All these actions and this acting, you're pretending and you don't even know it. You're pretending that you're not pretending. And that's why they tell you to meditate. You're not meditating to get something, you're meditating to lose everything, everything that is false, and see what remains. And you'll be surprised that there's nothing left. Nothing left but it. You might ask me, what is it? Well, it is itself, of course. It has no opposite. Try and think of what is the opposite of it. And that's why the neti neti method is so powerful, because it acknowledges that language cannot label what it is, cannot describe what it is. It can only describe what it isn't. Therefore, whatever you think it is, the practice is to say, it is not that. Is it black? No, it's not black. Is it white? No, it's not white. Is it real? No, it's not real. Is it fake? No, it's not fake. Does it exist? No, it doesn't exist. Does it not exist? No, it doesn't not exist. Is it imaginary? No, it's not imaginary. Is it here? No, it's not here. Is it there? No, it's not there. Is it now? No, it's not now. Is it then? No, it's not then. Is it consciousness? No, it's not consciousness. Is it matter? No, it's not matter. Is it sane? No, it's not sane. Is it insane? No, it's not insane. So on and so forth.